Things have cranked up to 11 quickly. I really need a lighter, don't I? There's a few lighters in the electric room, which is near to where I'm going. Extreme horror needs an extreme opening punch, and Visage smacks you with the two-piece chicken combo. Turns out this gunslinger daddy didn't want that family trip to Disneyland. Maybe next year, Sharon. The ambiguous violence of this intro takes a page from the horror playbook. Pay attention, it goes something like this. These films expertly plant the physical and metaphorical seed of evil's existence. They create an urgency of darkness looming, but never reveal what the monster is that's hiding under the bed. And then boom, we John Wick gun fu ourselves into the title card and wake up in this slimy, mysterious room. It's an intense setup, making the quiet that follows much more powerful. A film is a roller coaster of peaks and valleys, with every rise to the top building anticipation for the imminent drop. We stagger to our feet, regret last night's Jaeger bombs, and open the door to reveal a house. And the silence is deafening. Every creak of the floorboards intensifies the dread of something stalking us. And maybe there is. And this audio contrast is evident from the jump. A phone ringing is a sound we hear daily, yet the absence of diegetic sound preceding it makes this phone call irrationally alarming. Hello? Effective horror is derived from relatability. And on the surface, this looks like your typical family home. Oh, Sharon, you gotta check out this house. It is yeah. Woof. But something about this house feels off. And it's not the 1988 IKEA Spring Collection. It feels lived in but abandoned, functional yet broken. It's an unnerving atmosphere and an eerie reminder that we're not alone here. Oh god. Kim Ji-woon's horror masterpiece, A Tale of Two Sisters, delivers a similar ambience in its location. The set design of the house is garnished with innocent floral patterns, strokes of light, and rich colours that form a dissonance with the haunted undertones. In this scene, notice the character's descent from the bright floral pattern to the dark living room. I won't go into spoilers, but it symbolises a spiraling psychosis. Look at the use of practical lighting and shadows in both of these environments. A couple of carefully spaced lamps and the cold blue static from the TVs create a dark, hypnotic void for both the protagonist and audience. So we've explored the house. So many napkins. 20% more napkins. Racked up an electric bill, unlocked the opioid skill, and our weapon of choice is dual-wielding light bulbs. This will protect me. But who'd have thunk this cuddly panda bear is where shit really hits the fan. We enter Lucy's room, which looks like toys are fucking us up. And I really appreciate the single light source coming from this corner. It's a subtle touch, but psychologically it creates a narrow, claustrophobic safe zone should any spook start to spook themselves. And spook they do. Just when we feel like this room has been truly scoured, this happens. Oh dear. No. Why did I do that? What the What am I doing? I'm gonna knock again. Of course I am. Ooh. Up until this point, we've only been fed hints of the supernatural. But this is a ghost straight up pressing your Ring doorbell and telling you it is here. On the other side of the freaking wall, no less. The visual flourish being Lucy's drawing, it's a vague interpretation of the spirit that makes your imagination run wild with horrific what-ifs. As Jaws teaches us, the what might be is far scarier than the what is.
The hell was that thing?
Sharkenstein.
Whatever.
Yeah! Woo! Now I'm a sucker for visual cues over dialogue to depict the character, and in this regard, Visage is no slouch. Notice the beer cans littered throughout the house? Combined with the predilection of popping pills, we start to form an image of who this man is and start to uncover the mystery of his horrific acts in the opening. Even if the rug is pulled, and this isn't the motivation, the story is planting clues for the player to unpack. Like the smart guy I be, I found a key labelled Assman and knew exactly what to do with it. So I put my big boy pants on and descended into the kitchen to make some cocoa. Yummy! Any light switch? Oh. I don't like that. No. Shh. No. It's cocoa on my pants, I swear. Only a handful of times in my history with horror have I felt the urge to literally clap, then crap myself over a good set piece. So I'll let this one play out. Why is taking a picture? Oh. Ominous. Well played, game. Well played. Yep. Where do I go? What do I do? What do I do? What separates games from film is player's agency, where a film scene is a meticulous formula of production departments uniting to serve viewers a ready-made meal. A game provides the ingredients and recipe and leaves it to the player to create the dish. This sequence is Sad Square Studios' chef's kiss, crafting a set piece that rivals the best that any horror movie has to offer. Let's break it down. Step 1, the setup. The living room TV displays an unnerving image of a freaky figure standing in an undiscovered location. Step 2, the key. We're given access to an undiscovered location. Step 3, the location. Traversing into the dark unknown, we hear a horrifying, strained breathing. No. The dots are starting to connect. It's all good. Step 4, the tension. Finding ourselves in a dead end, the realization hits that we are in the room from the TV. Oh, it's the gramophone. And the clever visual technique of the camera flash is introduced. Step 5, the payoff. We are forced to circle round the maze-like hallway, only to be met on the other side with the reveal of Lucy. It's a series of scripted moments for sure, but each step guides the player just enough to make it feel organic. As it plays out, the tension is constantly rising until finding yourself backed into a corner. And like the aforementioned roller coaster, this ride's about to drop. The crucial factor here is the dead end the player finds themselves in. So many horror films fumble around the logic of why characters don't just nope their way out, but when you eliminate an exit route, that is when you really fear that all hope is lost. A phenomenal example of this, and personal favourite, is Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Kairo, also known as Pulse. The scene begins when Toshio enters the red-taped forbidden room, and soon finds himself at the end of a long hallway where the only exit is back the way he came. It's a sinister feeling being trapped and plays to our innate fears of claustrophobia. There's no flashy effects, no bombastic orchestra, nor a gruesome monster. Horror is the nightmares that wake us all in the dead of night. It's the COVID vaccine. That's why they're buying all that toilet paper. So we've awakened Lucy and her demon boyfriend, and now they won't stop chasing me around the house trying to borrow some sugar. The story so far has played out like a terrifying puzzle, with the pieces scattered, but it's this scene where they start to fall into place. Based on the famous Tannen's Magic Shop item, J.J. Abrams coined the term mystery box, a formula for storytelling that drops the characters and viewer into a scenario of questions that must be answered.
What?
Every puzzle solved is a new question gained.
What?
And the mystery continues to unravel.
Please don't say what again.
The demon drags Lucy away, revealing a sinister hold over the girl, and two new questions are revealed. What darkness haunts us, and why is the entity consuming her? In a typical 3-act writing structure, Act 1 sets up the world, the protagonist, and their conflicts, and then ends with the call to action, the moment where they are compelled to begin the journey. Act 2 is where they search for answers. I'd argue this red door is the start of Act 2.
Can you not run any faster? This is barely a leisurely jog.
It's a little on the nose for conveying the story's themes, but still important for the audience to understand the central message, and another question for the mystery box. Every moment I play this game, that's how I feel. Speaking of which, this treehouse is about to dump some steamy exposition on you. Who's Pico? Where's Pico? We don't talk about Pico. No. This scene is a necessary breather from the intensity, the bottom of the roller coaster if you will. The ethereal environment, the narrative progression, and the reminder that Lucy is just an innocent child tortured by the darkness. It's so important to remind your audience of the story's stakes and why they should care. It's actually really peaceful here. Too bad shit turns crazy and Lucy's pinched the f***ing light switches. Hey Lucy, can I play? What a bitch. The light mechanic of the game has been crucial to this point, and suddenly the safety blanket is ripped off. We're left with nothing but our camera and bravado to navigate through the black obscurity. It's a diabolical technique to take away our only security and forces us into a game of strobe light grab ass with the ghosts. Putting your characters on the back foot is a strong source of conflict and storytelling, so always think about the comfort you can strip from them. And the camera flashing here is a visual treat. And by treat I mean it's an awful experience. Thai horror Shutter employs similar scenes.
Hey.
A jump scare is enhanced by the anticipation, that anxiety in your heart that warns you something's going to happen. The strobe effect constantly plunges and pulls you to the brink so rapidly that you truly never know which flash will be the scare. Oh look, Lucy's drawn a door on the wall.
I'm a bad boy.
Oh, Lucy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't love you anymore. It's not you, it's me.
The following rooms lay the symbolism on thick, and the art direction remains impeccably twisted. We saw earlier that Lucy and her pet bird Pico lay off the smackdown, and now we're literally haunted by the cages. Like Jacob's Ladder, the grotesque images represent a freefall into insanity. Next, we paparazzi the shit out of Lindsay Lohan, and Lucy punts us back into the house. We find a mannequin jaw, wisely place it on the mannequin that's missing a jaw, and realise Lindsay Lohan wasn't happy with my snaps. Like, really wasn't happy. What follows is a cheeky little set piece in a room filled with cupboards. It's basically whack-a-mole with a demon.
Oh baby.
Most striking is the use of sound in this scene, and a powerful reminder of how effective sound design can be. Ghoulish groans and devilish wheezing permeate around us, and we begin to utilise their proximity to determine what cupboard contains the spooks. Watch what happens when we eliminate the picture though. It's truly horrifying, maybe more so, and demonstrates how powerful an audience's imagination can be. Fresh filmmakers worry so much about the camera, but bad sound can break the most beautiful looking films.
Well, we better put it out the hole before the bomb goes off, eh?
We soon discover this whole section was a ruse, and all we had to do was jump down this hole.
Are you kidding me?
Good stuff. After spending some time in the Upside Down, planking on these suckers and meeting this beauty in a dark alley, we find ourselves locked in a bathroom with a ghost who straight up tells us we stinky winky by drawing us a bath with no bubbles. That's amore.
It's the calmest I've been since I started this.
Now, as much as I'd love some Rubber Ducky Demon time, we've got a story to wrap up, and the game dumps it all here with a full-blown performance from the high school drama club.
They're just trying to help. It's not their fault.
It's a low-budget independent game from a small team, so let's go easy. But the most disappointing factor being no dramatic revelations that we haven't already pieced together from the clues. Lucy kills her pet bird Pico, and in a panic her parents take her to a doctor who prescribes some wild medication administered via syringe. Her mental condition worsens and her parents are left hopeless. The most thought-provoking question being, was Lucy's mental health truly deteriorating, or was the black demon causing her erratic behaviour? This final shot vaguely provides the answer.
Open that goddamn door now!
Nasty. All in all, Lucy's chapter was everything you could want from a horror experience. It has a grotesque setup and tragic payoff, masterfully paced tension and scares, unparalleled art direction and sound design. Whether you're a writer, director, cinematographer, or everything between, there is a ton to learn here about crafting a horror masterpiece. So stay tuned for part 2 of Visage, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the fun. With that said, you guys have been amazing, this has been Visage, and until next time, that is a wrap.
You ain't walking towards that.